Now I would like to move to another Carnomed product. Here we have a Komplex Q10. You are all familiar with the Q10, but we don't have just regular Q10. Our Q10 is extra Komplex Q10. So what are the ingredients in the Q10? Here we have CoQ10 in the amount of 70 milligrams in one capsule. Then we have L-carnitine, which is involved in, as we said, in metabolic process of beta oxidation. Vitamin E, we have resveratrol, which is very important for activating sirtuins. And inulin, which is prebiotic and responsible for some digestive problems. You are all familiar with the Q10, but let's take a closer look to Q10. Life without Q10 is not possible. In the absence of this important nutrient, our body simply cannot function. As we said, Q10 is part of the electron transport chain in every single cell in the mitochondria and is responsible for energy production. The highest concentration of Q10 are found in the tissues that consume and produce most of the energy, similarly to L-carnosine. So those are heart, liver, muscle cells. And we are witnessing, similarly again to L-carnosine, we are witnessing decreasing of Q10 concentration while we are aging. After the 30 years, we are producing less Q10 in our bodies. Actually, Q10 is the only fat-soluble antioxidant that is present in the human body. When you think of Q10, you should think of heart problems. And when I say the heart problems, I mean all heart problems, from heart failure, cardiomyopathies, high blood pressure, increased cholesterol, arrhythmias, atherosclerosis, and so on. Also, many neurological and muscle disorders should be supplemented with Q10 because scientists found less Q10 in these disorders. Usually the dosage of Q10 is 30 to 90 milligrams per day, but that dosage can go up to 500 milligrams, even 1 gram. It is well tolerated with no observed side effects. And since Q10 is fat soluble, it is recommended to be taken with a fatty meal. So a lot of things about Q10 we know, but I'm not sure if you are familiar with the fact, the connection with statins and Q10. But before we go to the statins, I want to just emphasize one thing. The only contraindication for taking the Q10 is when the patients are on the anticoagulant therapy with warfarin, because Q10 can decrease the activity of this drug, and therefore that is the only contraindication where we are not giving the Q10. And now I would like to move to the statins. We all know that the statins are drugs that are used to lower our cholesterol, and they are actually on the first place of all prescribed drugs along the world. Many Americans are taking the statins. Here is the statistics which shows that 1 of 4 Americans aged 45 and older is taking the statins. And why I'm telling you this, because I don't know if you're familiar the idea that when taking the statins, that the fact that you are taking the statins can affect your Q10 production in your mitochondria. And why is that so? I will explain you. Let's look at the graph. So we are having something that is called acetyl coenzyme A. And this acetoacetyl coenzyme A is transferred to mevalonate by using HMG CoA reductase. That is the enzyme that is transferring the first chemical compound into mevalonate. and that this mevalonate is used either to make or both to make cholesterol and to make CoQ10. This is a bit of chemistry, but it's not so complicated. So where are the statins? Statins are blocking this HMG-CoA reductase enzyme, which is very active throughout the night, and this is why we are taking the statins late in the night. So when we are blocking this enzyme, obviously the less mevalonate will be formed, and without mevalonate we will not get cholesterol, and that's actually what you want to happen when you are giving your patients a statin. There will be decrease in cholesterol levels for sure. But why decrease in cholesterol? The statin will decrease the production of Q10 by up to 40%, and that's a lot. And this is why you have to tell your patients who are on the statins, and you need to recommend them to be supplemented with Q10 products, especially with complex Q10, because their energy production, their production of Q10 in the cells are decreased by using the statins. And I'm not sure what are the things here in the States, but I know that in Canada, statin packages are including the black box warning that they must be taken in conjunction of Q10. Now the other product we are very proud of is Colostrum. There is a big debate about using processed milk in the diet nowadays, and that's mostly from the condition on the farms, and that milk is processed. But colostrum is something completely different, and this is why it attracts attention of the scientific public all over the world. What is actually colostrum? Colostrum is the first mammal's milk. It is produced in the first hours and days after the baby, after the mammal's babies are delivered. And actually it is so important that many animal species cannot even survive without getting the colostrum. Colostrum is completely different from milk in the chemical way, meaning that you can see on the table that we have way more proteins in colostrum than in the milk, and less fat, less lactose, and that colostrum is very rich in immunoglobulins. What does this mean? We have more immunoglobulins, which are immune factors that are necessary for our immune system. When baby is in the mother's stomach, it is protected from all bad influences, from bad bacteria, viruses, and so on. But when the baby is born, it is completely unprotected, and that baby still doesn't have her own immune system developed. And this is why the colostrum, baby is taking the colostrum, which transfers all immune factors that were in the mothers to the baby, and actually colostrum keeps the baby protected from until the baby does not develop its own immunity. So immunoglobulins are very important in colostrum. Lactose, we have less lactose in the colostrum than in the milk, meaning that people are allergic and intolerant to lactose can take colostrum. The only contraindication where we not suggest taking the colostrum is intolerance to the proteins of milk, mainly casein, because we have casein more in colostrum than in the milk. What else we have in colostrum? We have all necessary vitamins, minerals, amino acids, immunoglobulins, as I mentioned, and growth factors. Growth factors are necessary for healing the gut. And actually, because of these growth factors, the colostrum is considered as one of the perfect supplements and perfect let's say, therapy protocols in the leaky gut syndrome. And also colostrum contains every strain of probiotic that mother has. And if, for example, probiotic supplement is an instrument, the colostrum would be the entire symphony. Where we recommend taking the colostrum? To the small babies and small children who are experiencing frequent infections, high temperatures, frequent pneumonias, frequent otitis, frequent hospitalization, for children who are going to the kindergarten and they are often sick. In adults, we are recommending colostrum to increase sports performance because of the growth factors, to heal tissues when we have injury, for example, and in the leaky gut and all digestive problems. Colostrum actually is very hydrophilic, meaning that it binds water, and therefore the colostrum should be taken with larger amount of liquids. For the small babies, and that refers to all our supplements, you can open the capsule and mix the content of the capsule in some water or in some food, and in that way to take the capsule if the person or child cannot swallow the capsule. So to sum it up about colostrum, colostrum increases the resistance of the organism to infections. Colostrum keeps the immune system in balance, meaning that colostrum can increase immune system when it's not active, but colostrum can decrease the immune system when it's overactivated, for example, in allergies or in autoimmune disorders. Colostrum, because of the growth factors, improves growth in children, increases endurance and physical parameters of the organism, accelerates recovery after injury, regulates digestion. It can be used for malignancy prevention, reduce inflammation in rheumatoid arthritis, and we can use colostrum in osteoporosis and osteoarthritis. The last but not the least, it's our STImuno complex. STImuno complex is a unique combination of beta-glucans and bioflavonoids. We call it STImuno because it is the strongest stimulator of the immune system. So beta-glucans are natural immunomodulators of the human body. They act on the weakened immune system. They contribute to faster wound healing. They support recovery after surgery. They stimulate macrophages. What is also interesting about beta-glucans do not interfere to any no substance. There are no interaction with other drugs, and then can be used for extended period of time. We are using beta-glucans to improve our immune response when our immune system is dealing with some bacteria, viruses, fungi, and so on. Then we have chlorophyll in copper complex, which is a strong remedy for disinfection. It can heal gut mucus, and we are using it for digestive problems. Then we have grapeseed extract and bilberry extract, which are rich for their content of bioflavonoids. We have these two extracts in the larger amount than in the carnosine. And bioflavonoids are just they are natural compounds present in the plants, which are strong immunostimulators and antioxidants. Meaning it is found that they have ability to reduce the risk of getting heart attack. There are some studies that are suggesting that they are reducing the risk of getting the cancer, and they are showing very strong antioxidative properties. Then in STImuno we have lycopene. Lycopene we got from tomato, and the lycopene is a very strong antibacterial agent. And then we have lutein. Lutein is a carotenoid that shows its positive effects on eyes. It is accumulated in retina and prevents degenerative diseases of the eye. And this is actually one of the rare substances that is able to absorb the harmful UV light. So we are using STImuno complex when there are some problems with the eyes as well. Where we are using STImuno complex, so first eyes, then recurrent infections to the children who are 3 years and older, and to the adults. The dosage is 2 capsules per day, but that can go up to 10 capsules per day if we are witnessing some serious acute infection. We are using STImuno complex where we have weak immune system. We are using STImuno complex when the patients are on the cancers. When they are on the chemo or radiotherapy, so we are just boosting their immune system to fight the adverse effect of those serious drugs and to boost immune system to fight the cancer. We are using STImuno complex also when there are inflammatory diseases, when we have digestive problems, and when we have chronic fatigue. And this is very interesting. We tried by ourselves, and our patients are reporting as well, that STImuno is a perfect supplement to prevent jet lag. Before you are going on the flight, you, for example, take three STImunos, and then if you're flying overseas on the halfway to the destination, again take 3 STImunos. And when you reach the destination, again 3 STImunos, and you will not get the jet lag, trust me. Those were our supplements for now. We are preparing some new, but for now I hope you understand very well what they are and how they are functioning, and in which problems and conditions you can use our high quality supplements. Thank you very much.